Global airlines have gathered for the annual World Air Transport Summit in Dubai under the shadow of the Israel-Gaza war to discuss ways to navigate geopolitical instability, overcome pressure on growth from strained supply chains, and how to meet sustainability targets. Now, this year's discussions will also revolve around the use of artificial intelligence in air travel. CNA's Roland Lim has been following developments on the ground, is in Dubai, and he joins us live. Roland?
Thanks, Paul. Global airlines riding a wave in the post-pandemic travel boom. They're enjoying higher fares because demand exceeds supply. But this, of course, is tempered by plane shortages, faltering supply chains, and increasing costs. And one of the most successful and profitable airlines in the world right now is Emirates. And joining me right now is Adnan Kazim. He is Chief Commercial Officer at Emirates, who's also recently been appointed Deputy President alongside the Chief Operating Officer. Adnan, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your appointment. I know there isn't any succession planning yet, but President Tim Clark's shoes are very big to fill.
Well, I think part of the map up the way the structure today is sitting, I think it created quite many layers within the company for the chairman of the company in the future or the government of Dubai in the future to decide in terms of the way forward. But I think we have good talented insight and something that can take the company forward.
2 consecutive bumper profit years. Are you headed for a third? What's your summer peak season looking like?
Well, it's quite positive. I mean, we're seeing that things are still standing to be strong in terms of the financial year that we commenced already 2 months ago. The demand is standing very solid, particularly during the summer peak, which is commencing from mid of June onward to July and August and September. We're not seeing any dips coming in. The premium demand is standing to be still strong, particularly the F&J cabins and the premium economy that we introduced 2 years ago. We're seeing quite a healthy demand around that. So we're moving towards a positive, I would say, start of the financial year and something that will continue, hopefully in the same manner. We're not seeing any major turbulences on the way so far, so it's all good, I think, from where it's standing.
Which routes in particular are showing robust growth?
Well, I think for us, with the network that we have, which is spread to 140 destinations, it's quite vast. Definitely, we're seeing some core routes like UK, London in particular, is very strong. We're seeing our US routes in general standing very strong in terms of the demand. India for sure, because we're quite constrained in the capacity. They're all standing again with a high demand and robust in terms of the demand. But again, once we enter to the summer, the entire network will be standing quite in high seat factor because the whole world is then moving with school holiday, with people will be in vacation mood. The traveling will be quite high in general.
So I would assume that your load capacity for both cargo and passenger is doing pretty well.
It is. I mean, as I mentioned, last year we managed to hit the close to the 80 mark seat factor, which is extremely high, I think, in terms of the industry. For such a high seat factor to be achieved with extremely high yield that we commenced, and that's something we're seeing. We're not seeing any dip coming in. I mean, that high seat factor is still continuing, and cargo as well. Cargo meant to be a core in Emirates business, contributing almost between 18 to 20% of the total revenue. Remain to be still a strong, I would say, pillar of the bottom line contribution that we're getting today.
Growth aside, let's talk about challenges. Where are your headwinds and how is it affecting operations?
Well, I mean, recently we had one incident that have gone into Dubai, which was the weather disruption. We're trying to recover and learn from that. We're seeing a bit of in and out of heavy turbulences here and there. Again, we have already hooked into the IATA turbulence sort of mechanism just to get more data around it. That's from more operational side of it, from the still we are seeing the volatility around some of the currency issues. Election is happening in the world today. As you know, I mean, half of the world going through various countries through the election, something we need to closely monitor and watch in terms of the impact on the business. And in terms of the conflict and geopolitical, I think that's something, again, we're watching, because we're not far away from that in the Middle East or in Europe. But we haven't seen a major impact on the business. Things are still remain to be positive, and things are still moving in a good manner, which is something we need to watch and see what's happening around us.
So conflicts in Gaza and in Ukraine, that has had minimal impact on your operations?
We haven't seen an impact. We managed to come in with some measures to maneuver around, but so far, I mean, and that reflected even at our last financial year result, which was a record, which showed that we have really managed quite well to get through, and the impact was quite minimal. Yeah.
Okay. Emirates has publicly vented their frustration at Boeing for late plane deliveries. Is there any way to mitigate those circumstances?
Well, we have managed to put some ramped up further on our older aircraft to go through the retrofit. We just announced recently we increased the number of the retrofit program from 120 aircraft to 191 aircraft, exceeding the $2 billion threshold in terms of the investment to refresh and look as new and embed the premium economy into all these aircraft as they come in from the retrofit program. This is one way to address the issues and fill some of the interim gaps that will be faced with. But definitely, we do need these aircraft as soon as possible to look for back to normal and even expand in the future. Definitely, we cannot just work around the retrofit program, but it's something we're very closely in dialogue with Boeing to see how we can address these kind of issues. The other side of it, which is Airbus, we're getting the Airbus 350 program, which is on time, from mid of August, already lined up for initial 6 aircraft to come in with the firm deliveries around them, and we have 65 of them in that program for 3.5 years to be completed. So more, I would say, a stable program is coming through from that end, and we just need to manage the situation as we progress.
Okay, Adnan, thank you for those updates.
Thank you.
And that was Adnan Kazim. He is Chief Commercial Officer at Emirates, and we'll bring you updates throughout the day here at the World Air Transport Summit in Dubai. Back to you, Paul.